Good morning, everybody. It is a cloudy, sort of gloomy Sunday morning here in New Jersey. I just dropped my wife off at the mall where she works, and I wanted to do episode 2 of Practical Reality. And since I wanted to talk about driving today, I figured what better place to do that than while sitting in my car. It's not just about driving. I'm going to touch on another subject, but I just wanted to start out by talking about it. And driving in New Jersey is a challenge, and I'm sure that many people take a different attitude towards it than I do. I know that it's a challenge, and people are stressed out about it, and that's really what I want to talk about. The stress that driving causes, and the behavior that you see of people on the road, which is a major cause of the stress. So I live in Highland Park, which is right off of Route 1. And so that's my main road around here. I have to use Route 1 to go just about everywhere I go. And I work from home, so I don't have like a major commute that would make me, have to drive an hour each way each day, this kind of thing. I used to. 25 years ago, when I was a stockbroker, I worked in Paramus, which is up in Bergen County, and I lived in Vernon, which is in Sussex County. That was 47 miles each way, which took me just about an hour each way. But I liked that drive because you were sort of going the opposite way of the traffic. And you went up through, I used to go the back way, sort of, and go through, West Milford, and up through Warwick, and come in the back way through Warwick, New York, and go up this one really long, steep hill to get up to where I lived in Vernon, which was kind of high for New Jersey, about 1,300 feet elevation. So, but I know the people who commute on the Turnpike or the Parkway, going to New York City or wherever their job is, or 287 going out towards Wayne and that kind of stuff. I know those people probably have a rough time of it every day. I see that traffic, and I know they have to live with that. And maybe what I'm going to say this morning, hopefully, might actually help them. So, what happens when you're driving? You get up every day, especially if you have that long hour commute. You're getting up every day, you're getting on the road as early as you can to make it to work, and you're facing traffic. And what happens to you when you are sitting in that traffic? If you get angry, if you feel stressed out about it, I'm suggesting to try something different. Try a slightly different approach. One of the things that I have learned, a major concept I have learned as a result of my spiritual studies, is presence. What is the concept of presence? The Power of Now is the title of a book by Eckhart Tolle. I didn't read that book. I read A New Earth, which is another book he wrote. And presence is a major concept discussed in that book. So what is it? What does it mean to be present? It means to be fully aware of where you are and what you are doing, and doing the best for yourself in that very moment that you are wherever you are. So if you are in the car and you are stressed out and you are pissed off and someone cut you off, or someone is doing 48 miles an hour in the fast lane and you want to scream at them, try taking another route. I know it's hard when you're driving, but you can prepare for it before you leave. When you get in your car, and the only commute that I have on a regular basis now is once a week I go to see my student who lives in Sayreville, which is, 25 or 30 minutes away. It's only like 9 or 10 miles, but it takes like about 25 to 30 minutes to get there. And, you encounter a lot of people out there who are obstructive, let's call it that. You get in your way, who are going slow, who are driving like maniacs on the other end of the spectrum, who are clearly being dangerous in traffic. What can you do? Being present, it means being fully aware, being fully alive, being fully conscious in the moment. Sitting there, taking a deep breath before you start out. When you first get in your car, before you start your car, you sit there for a moment and say, okay, I'm going to remain present. I'm going to not let my emotions get the better of me as I'm driving. And when I first started doing this, maybe 6-8 months ago, last summer. I remember that it was difficult. It's not easy. And one thing I always do is look at the clock while I'm driving. The clock is right there on the dashboard, and you're watching every damn minute as you drive, and you're saying to yourself, "Oh, I'm going to be late. I'm going to be late. I'm going to be late." Oh, worst thing you can do. Okay, you are releasing all kinds of stress hormones into your bloodstream as a result of that kind of concentration. So what can you do? To be present, it means take a deep breath. If you're the kind of person who listens to music, which I do all the time, try getting into the music. Try ignoring the time. Try ignoring your clock on your dashboard. Try to just forget about where you are. Okay, I don't mean not pay attention to the road. That's not what I'm saying. But forget about the obstructions that are in front of you. Concentrate on what is good about where you are right now. Okay, you are alive. You are healthy. You are driving. You are happy with your job, even if you're not happy. Find a reason to be happy. Okay, this is what my theme was yesterday. Happiness is so important. Happiness is a choice that you make. So make that choice to be happy, even when in the worst of circumstances, in a traffic jam. Now, how about dealing with the drivers, the other drivers on the road? You know that one of the main realities of driving is having to deal with the people who drive around you. You might consider yourself to be a very good driver, but you're going to see people out there who, are doing stupid things. So, if you are the kind of person who feels like you can be in the fast lane and do 50 miles an hour, and you think that's right, well, I have news for you. If someone wants to go faster than you, you should move over. You should get into the center or the right lane and stay there. For you to be in the fast lane on the left side, slowing people down, you do not have the right to do that. I don't know why or what, however you got that idea, but you don't have the right to do 45 or 48 miles an hour in the fast lane. If people want to do 60 or 65 or even 70 in the fast lane, you should let them. You should move out of the way and let them go by, because you are contributing to the stress of other drivers, and you don't have the right to do that. So I would recommend highly that you think about that. If you're the kind of person who regularly drives slowly in the fast lane, or any lane for that matter, try to stay out of the way of drivers who want to go faster than you. Your job as a driver, and this is for every driver out there, your job as a driver, in my humble opinion at least, is to facilitate the road, the traffic for other drivers to be able to do the speed they want to do. Now, no matter that the speed limit is 50, if that's going to be your objection, but the speed limit is 50, I don't care, okay? The speed limit is a guideline, and you know that the cops out there, yes, if they are hunting for people to give tickets to, yes, and you're doing 60 or 65 and it's only a 50-mile-an-hour speed limit, or 55, you may get a ticket, yes. But taking that chance is better off than hindering the progress of other drivers. That's my opinion, okay? And, as a person who's been driving for nearly 50 years, I've had my share of accidents, but in my opinion, the people who are driving slow and causing traffic jams behind them, if you're doing 50 miles an hour and you look behind you and you see 5 or 6 cars bunched up behind you because they can't get by you, then you're creating traffic which raises the hazardousness, which aggravates the circumstances of the traffic. You can create a traffic jam all by yourself by doing 50 miles an hour in the fast lane. If you get out of the way, you'll notice 6 or 7 cars come by you, and you'll notice everybody can go faster because you got out of the way. So that's something you should keep in mind. Okay, and I'm not, you can see, I'm not angry when I'm saying this. My blood pressure isn't up. I'm not screaming into my phone here. I'm just making a suggestion for everybody to follow, for the good of all. Okay, and that's another thing that everyone should keep in mind when you're driving. Driving is driving is a solo effort. Yes, it's just you in the car. Maybe you have somebody with you, whatever. But it's just you behind that wheel driving. But driving is a community effort. As I said a minute ago, your job is to facilitate the traffic for everyone so that everyone can get to where they want to go at the speed they want to go. That should be your goal, your objective, what you have in mind. That is exercising presence when you're on the road. Now, getting back to the subject of presence that I spoke about a minute ago. You're in traffic. You see somebody do something stupid. You might get nervous. You might get angry. Try to erase that, okay? Remember, emotions are a record of the past. What you're feeling in that very moment is not what you are actually experiencing. What you are feeling in that moment is a record of all of your other past experiences that are aggravated by what you are experiencing now. So do your best to try and keep that in mind. You are consciousness. You are the consciousness observing your own mind. And if you can keep that in mind, then you are going to be less stressed. You will be far more productive in your drive, and you'll be happier. If you can, and here's another example. How many people here have gotten stuck in traffic going to the beach or coming home from the beach, which is worse? Because if you go just for the day, you're all sweaty and you got suntan lotion all over you. You want to get home and take a shower. That's worse. So that tends to make your mood even worse when you get stuck in traffic on the parkway coming home, and you know you're an hour and a half from home still, and it's going to take you a lot longer to get home because everybody's going home at the same time as you are. So that is the whole point. If you can be the person observing your own state of mind outside of yourself, create that space in your mind to say, hey, I'm not going to let myself get all that upset, okay? It's not worth it. When you realize this, when you come to the realization that you are free to be in any state of mind that you choose, and happiness is a choice, as I said yesterday, and I'm repeating because that's important. When you get into that state of mind and you can realize that happiness is your choice, no matter the circumstances on the road, then your trip, your commute, will be a lot less stressful. And I hope that people take this to heart and listen. And yes, I know I'm going to get yelled at by some people who say, yeah, well, you've never sat in traffic on the turnpike, blah, blah, blah. Yes, I have. I used to do that kind of stuff. I've gone to New York City. I've been coming out of New York City for appointments, this kind of thing at rush hour. It's a messy situation. And yes, it has gotten me stressed. But this is before I've learned. And this is the purpose of this channel, to try and teach people to try and deal with things in a way that's more mindful, in a way that helps them to be less stressed out, to be happier. And that's what I'm all about. Happiness, making that choice to be happy, and hopefully letting you be less stressed out as you drive on these jungle roads of New Jersey. Everybody, enjoy your day. And I hope that people like and comment and subscribe to my channel, because I intend to do this kind of content for a long time.